What's up, guys? It's Calibri here.
And the Beast.
And I am Taro.
What do we come and talk about today, babe?
We are coming to talk about uniforms and dress codes, and pretty much just how they affect us and our thought processes on them. So I'm going to start with my crap. So, from a very young age, where I grew up, pretty much, if you went to like a school that had uniforms, guys wore dress pants, girls in the summer wore skirts that were knee length or a little bit above knee length, like that much above knee length. And like skirts were like mandatory except for like in the winter where you could like wear like thick tights with your skirt, or you could wear dress pants. In gym you could wear shorts, but you couldn't wear your shorts outside of gym, so you had to wear a skirt. If you were on school premises, you had to be wearing a skirt if you were genetically a female. I hate skirts. I've always hated skirts. They make me very uncomfortable. I don't know why. I'd honestly rather put on a dress than a skirt. So flat out, just all of my elementary schools were non-uniform. So when we were picking high schools, I like flat out said that I refused to go to any high school that had uniforms. And my mom agreed because at that point in her life, she was just going back to school, restarting like a career. So we couldn't like really afford to get sets of uniforms for myself, and then my sister probably would have transferred schools too. So like 2 kids, 2 different uniforms, plus gym uniforms, and then all that fun shit. Also, they were Catholic schools, and the Catholic schools here, it's mandated that you attend, at least in grade 9, you have to attend Mass, and you have to wear different clothing for Mass that's also uniform-based. So you're looking at minimum of 3 sets of uniforms, a set of gym clothes, new shoes, and Mass clothes. Your Catholic schools. Didn't want it to happen. So I went to a school that didn't have uniforms, but there were still dress codes, and I got dress coded, not a lot, but a lot, like more than like you would expect. Considering I don't wear low-cut shirts, I never have. I just don't. I wear t-shirts. I wear pants. I hate shorts. I hate skirts. I don't like dresses. I don't like things that show off a lot of skin. And I got dress coded. I got dress coded once for wearing too much black. And it was not in it wasn't in the handbook. It wasn't in there. The principal was just being a dick. But, well, that's unfortunate. I was wearing too much black. That's abuse of dress code system, but it was stuff like your sleeves have to be a certain length, and my sleeves were too short. Like I was still wearing like a full coverage like chest shirt, but it was like I had like my sleeves cut because it was like I hated like I had cut sleeves and they were too short. They were 2 finger lengths, but they were too short. I wouldn't wear shorts in gym, and it was constantly a fight. I would wear like sweatpants, but it was a fight. I was supposed to wear shorts in gym, and I refused to, and it was a fight like every single day. I was supposed to wear shorts. They'd send notes home, and I was violating dress code. They threatened to suspend me for violating dress code because I refused to wear shorts for 1 semester of gym. I still attended gym. I still went to gym. I just didn't want to wear shorts. I changed into sweatpants. Why is that a problem? I got in trouble for wearing graphic t-shirts. They weren't offensive, but it was like a new rule when I was in like grade 11, and it was that you couldn't have any graphic t-shirts that depicted like, I think it was what shirt was it? It was some kind of video game shirt, and the shirt itself wasn't violent, but the video game it was from was violent, so they made me turn my shirt inside out.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It was. It was ridiculous.
It's not like you're bringing a fucking PlayStation to school or whatever game this or what console this game was on, whatever. It's not like you're bringing the game console to school with that game and playing it in class for all the other students to watch.
Here's the thing. When I cut my hair short, like really, really, really short, one of the guidance counselors scheduled an appointment with me, and I realize this isn't like completely dress code, but it's still like appearance related, which I think is ridiculous. When I cut my hair short, I got told I had an appointment with a guidance counselor, and they like trapped me in this room with them, and they like questioned me for a half an hour about why my hair changed. Because I used to have long hair, and then I came to school and I had short hair. I don't know. I wanted short hair. I cut all my hair off. I got questioned why I had short hair, and I got told that changing my hairstyle that dramatically was a distraction to all the other students, and that like just shit like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you do not get to control what I do to my hair. They had a tattoo thing in the dress code. You couldn't have any exposed tattoos. I didn't have that issue because I turned 18 after my last year of high school. So I didn't exactly have that issue, but they couldn't really do a lot with hair. They couldn't legally tell us we couldn't have certain colored hair. So they got away with that one. I don't know why I got questioned so severely. I guess they thought I was, going through like a hard time. I got told a couple times that my appearance was distracting because I dressed in a gothy fashion. But yeah, it was pretty much fun. I got dress coded all the time for like the stupidest shit. Stupidest.
Yeah. I've never gotten dress coded, but I did have to wear a uniform, which I completely disagreed with because as a student, or as people even at that age, like first, second, third grade, we want to be individual. We don't all want to look the same. And that's the problem with the school systems. The school systems or in the schools aren't actually schools. They're fucking prisons.
Schools completely destroy individuality. They claim that they don't. They claim that they celebrate individuality, but they demolish it. I'm going to tangent for 2 seconds, and then I think B should talk about his thing. But I took 3 art classes in high school. The first 2 I did great in. And then I took a more mainstream art class. The other 2 were more like contemporary art. I took a mainstream art class, and I got continuously told that my art was wrong because it didn't fit what they felt was the criteria for art. I was mixing too many medias. I had too much negative space, or it didn't matter how my art actually looked. What mattered was, did I follow these specific guidelines? Like, but they tell us, art is for interpretation. And, it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that shit. But if you mix too many shapes together, all of a sudden you're wrong and you're a bad artist. So I stopped attending that art class because I got tired of trying to put my all into something and having it shat all over. But they do. They crush individuality. All right, tangent over.
Well, the thing I just want to bring up is me being a parent, and I'm going to be very soon having to deal with the dress code / uniform criteria of the school, which they require to have school color polos, and they have to wear khakis, and they have to have like a certain pair of shoes, or almost like Dockers almost, you know, like that leather shoe, I guess. Um, which, you know, uniforms aside, I don't like uniforms just because I do believe they, for one, they put a strain on me. I mean, I guess because as a parent, puts a strain on me because now, since they don't provide the uniforms at this school, I have to follow a dress code, which is a very strict dress code. It has to be of one thing or another, which raises the question of when does everybody go school shopping? Okay, well, if everybody's going in my area, everybody's going to go school shopping around the same time period, which means it's going to be pretty much like fighting over the same shirts or in the same pants, and since it's such a narrow gap about what they could wear, then it becomes even more hard because obviously a store is not going to stock because the store we got here is a Walmart, is like where you get it, or Target or something in that manner. They're not going to stock that certain style shirt multiple, you know, like excess, exactly. Especially since there's other schools around here that doesn't have those criterias. I'd almost accept the fact that, you know, on a money aspect, I'd almost prefer if they actually provided uniforms, and I'd buy it through them. But again, I don't really see. Here's the thing: they think that uniforms are going to stop prejudice against lower income families. That's mainly what it's for. That's where their biggest MO is. The problem with that is, especially in situations like this, there's accents and stuff that they're able to still do. Obviously, everybody knows how much, like, a person's from the poor side of the tracks. That everybody knows about it. Everybody knows if you're a richy, you know, well-privileged kid. This isn't being...
Rich kids, in my experience anyway, they'll make other means to show it off.
Oh yeah,
they'll have
absolutely.
A really cool backpack, they'll have really cool binders, or anything like that. Like, it'll show in other areas.
Well, and then an aspect with this halfway thing that that the school that my kids attend, since they do it that way, well, they can just go out there and get like Aeropostale, American Eagle, or any other name brand, Hollister or whatever have you, branded polo shirt, and you know, then you know the kid. You could definitely tell the difference between a Hollister polo compared to like a J.C. Penney. You know what I'm saying? It's like or a Faded Glory. I mean, you can obviously tell the markings on them. I mean, even if they got like an actual polo, like Ralph Lauren polo, you know, it's got the freaking like little signia on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the purpose of them trying to do this. I don't know if it's basically all it does is like you said before, it stifles the individuality of a student.
Well, sorry.
Well, I'm just saying that, you know, there's a certain group of kids in school systems which, you know, I might be preaching to the choir on this one. I don't know, but I mean, like, I know that they're who dresses like that normally. Mm-hmm. In our school we called them preps. Yeah. The popular kids, they dress like this anyway. Mm-hmm. The only people that it stifles are the alternative kids, the kids on the fringe, the kids that are trying to be expressive, the ones that don't fit in cookie cutter little molds or whatever. That's the ones that it hurts. It doesn't hurt anybody besides them. And then now, when they thought that they had a way to express themselves, now they're cut off from even expressing themselves with their friends or their peers.
Yeah. I have another thing too. I don't know if it's the same for like every kid or if it's the same for your kids, but there does come a time when it's hard to get children excited about school. Like, sure, when they first started, it might be easy, but I noticed that, like, when I was a kid, I stopped being excited about it probably when I was 7 or 8. Granted, I was bullied since I was in kindergarten, and not for how much money I had, not for how I dressed. That came much later. I was bullied in kindergarten by someone much older than me, about 3 or 4 years older than me, because I apparently upset her sister on the first day of class because I knew how to read. When I entered kindergarten, I could read novels because my mom was a bookworm, and the first thing my mom did was she taught us how to read. And it upset this girl because apparently I made her feel stupid, so she went home, told her sister that this girl in her class made her feel stupid, and she beat the shit out of me. I was 5 with this, like, 8, 9-year-old kid just beating on me every day. But that's beside the point. So it gets hard to get kids excited about school, but one thing my mom would do, and that I've noticed some other parents do with their kids, is they'll be like, oh, well, you know, you can pick out your outfit for, like, the first day of school, and they try to get them, like, excited about it, and, like, you know, you get to pick your backpack and your binders and stuff like that, and you get to be happy and proud about these things, and you get to pick all your school clothes, because they're stuff you're happy wearing, because you're going to be wearing them every day for a year. But if you're wearing uniforms, where's that excitement? Like, how are you supposed to get your kids excited? Oh, well, I could get you these pretty pencils. But there's some schools that literally, you have to have plain binders, plain pencil cases, plain backpacks, plain pencils, plain pencil sharpener. And how are you supposed to get a little kid excited about something like that when there's nothing for them to get excited about? They don't care about learning at this point.
Oh, right, exactly. And on your note of the plain utensils or whatever implements, that's already implemented at the school that my kids go to already. We have to have a red folder. This is going to be for your math, and this blue folder is going to be for this semester of whatever such and such class. So yeah, they've already this is something. They've really just tried to mold you into this. Well, I mean, like it's best described by Pink Floyd. It's that you're becoming a brick in the wall.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the rich kid things.
Nothing but a machine.
Yeah. Piece is lagging, but that's besides the point. I wanted to touch on the rich kid thing because they show, like you guys said, they show it in other ways. And one of the ways is, like, obviously we know kids can't bring phones to school, at least not in elementary. Sometimes some high schools, they'll allow you to bring phones to school. They won't allow you to play on them unless you're, like, during lunch hours. But another way rich kids show their wealth and their style is through their phones. You can tell what type of person it is by the phone they have.
By their phones, by their hair, if they wear glasses, by their glasses, by sunglasses. Like, these are things that, like, teachers can't really, like, that schools can't really control. Like, they can't tell you what brand of glasses to buy your kid. But when I was younger, because my mom became a single mom, I had, like, they were very obviously, like, clunky, like, cheap frame glasses versus the, like, $1,000 glasses I have now. So, like, there's a big difference. If I look back at the glasses I had as a kid, they're ugly as fuck. If I look at mine now, like, they're what I wanted, and I paid the extra for them because they were what I wanted. But it's stuff like, they'll get an expensive water bottle. Like, it's just because that's the type of life those kids live. And it's not necessarily the kid's fault, it's how, like, that's how they're brought up, but it's stuff like that. And you can tell that there's the way they talk, like, I don't know, they talk differently. It's the car their parents come and pick them up in every afternoon because you know they're not taking the bus. And it's just stuff like that, like, it's very easy to see these definitive lines, and then not even taking into account gender and race and body type these are all things that kids absolutely tear to pieces. I was the only mixed race kid in my school for 7 years. Yeah, they tore me to pieces.
And I want to touch on the uniform thing, like Beast was saying. They're trying to not make it like prejudice to poor people, but it kind of is considering the prices of the uniforms itself.
Yeah, like what do you do then?
It's ridiculous. It really is. I honestly think they like obviously keep the dress codes. Obviously, we don't want a girl going to school in fucking booty shorts, but get rid of uniforms.
But honestly, I'm gonna touch on the girl thing really quickly. Booty shorts, obviously, like you don't want a girl like going to like school like with a shirt like down to here, but dress codes for females are ridiculous. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. They are absolutely ridiculous 90% of the time. Like it's like, oh, you know, you can't have this much of your shoulder showing. There is only 2 parts, sorry, there's 3 parts of a woman's body that are sexualized to everybody, and that is their tits, their ass, and the thingy in front. But there are dress codes that tell you that you cannot show any of your collarbone. This bone right here. I'm sorry, when was the last time you looked at a chick and went, damn, that's a sexy collarbone? Right? Like, you can't wear a tank top. I have t-shirts that show off the majority of my collarbone, and they would not be acceptable for these schools. The reason why I got dragged into the guidance counselor's office with my hair is because I was a girl. And, you know, if a girl cuts her hair, something dramatic's happening.
Or it's just their style. Like, do these fucking teachers and principals ever think? Do they use their brains?
No, they don't.
I read, I hate touching on articles, but I read where school pretty much has a dress code that females are mandatory to wear skirts. So, in protest, the boys wore skirts.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of things like that. I watched a girl get dress coded because her skirt was too short. That would normally make sense, right?
Right.
She was wearing a skirt over jeans. But they literally
Oh my
told
god,
her
we're going to see some sexy ass denim.
she was wearing jeans. Like, you know that like style that like came in for like a little bit where like you wore a skirt and then you wore jeans underneath it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was wearing that. And they're like, your skirt's too short. You need to change. And she's like, okay. And she pulled her skirt off. She was wearing jeans. She was wearing fucking jeans underneath. God.
I hate
There are dress codes that state that females, not everybody, females cannot wear nail polish. It's distracting.
But yet, it's okay for chicks to have long-ass fucking acrylic nails. But they can't have a little simple nail polish.
No. In schools that have that dress code, and it specifically, I've read a couple of these dress codes, specifically say females cannot have altered nails. No nail polish, no acrylic nails. Exception is prom. Guys can paint their nails, though.
That's sexist. That really is.
It is. It's specifically because they're like, oh, guys don't paint their nails. That's another instance where the guys said, fuck it, and they all painted their nails. It's distracting, apparently. No, you know what's really distracting? Pulling a girl out of class to tell her she's dressed inappropriately, making her change, making her lose out on her education because you are mildly uncomfortable with something she's wearing. And don't get me wrong, they're wearing like a fucking tube shirt. By all fucking means, stop them at the door. But a tank top, a t-shirt that has too much collarbone showing, Really? A skirt over jeans? Nail polish? You're telling a girl, a young impressionable girl, that her appearance is worth more than her education. And that they more often than not, it's, oh, you're a distraction to boys. A boy's education is more important than mine. And that is just a stupid old rule that really needs to die.
All right, so I again, I hate bringing up articles. I hate talking about articles. But I read another article, and I can't remember what the girl had on. But what I do remember was the teacher said it was the distraction, not only for him, and but for the other students. First off, why is the teacher looking at a 15-year-old girl like that?
Right?
Your eyes should be on your paper that you're reading to the class, not on her fucking chest. It's number one. Number two, why don't you say to all the boys, hey, don't look at her? Instead
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why not instead of demonizing females, you teach males to respect women?
I was actually just about to say that. Which is, it's very true. Instead of putting down women for what they wear, we say women, but these females for what they wear, talk to the males, tell them to, hey, respect. Alright. But hey, just go ahead and, just respect females. Better yet, the parents should teach their boys to not, what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Sexualize females like that. That's my point. Didn't you have another one, babe?
No.
Alright, anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to him. He is S13_the_Beast, and she is Tarot Storm. Hopefully she'll get more videos out soon. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.